Israel, a few words about your performance tonight and a great night for you at Madison Square Garden.
Первый скажу спасибо, кто меня поддерживал. Thank you everybody, thank you Madison Square Garden, all guys, Gennady Golovkin, что for chess to fight on his card. Thank you everybody.
We know that a lot of the world of boxing guys get moved at the right pace, but a fast pace, especially because of their amateur experience. How far away do you feel you are from challenging for a world title? Do you believe that 2020 is the year that you should fight for the light middleweight?
And also Ivan Baranchyk, who's with DeBella, Lou DeBella, DBE, had a very impressive performance against Alejandro Barrera.
Good stuff, guys. Round of applause, Ali Akhmedov and Israel Madrimov. All right, guys, thank you. Keith, you want to come up? Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Israel. Thank you very much. Lou DeBella. Right, gentlemen and ladies, we're moving on into the night. So, as you know, Gennady Golovkin and Sergey Derevyanchenko both taken to the hospital for precautionary measures. I believe both fine, both exhausted after a fantastic fight. Obviously, as always, with scoring, I believe that Triple G did enough to pip the fight in the last couple of rounds. It's not a view shared by my esteemed colleagues here, but what we do know is it was a tremendous fight for the world title, and I think both guys deserve a huge amount of credit. So we're going to open the floor to questions for Lou DeBella, Sergey Derevyanchenko's manager, promoter, Keith Connolly, Sergey's manager, Tom Loeffler from Triple G Promotions, and Jonathan Banks as well. Over to you for questions. Oh, okay.
It could be a short night.
Good, okay. Well, you asked them all over there.
I guess we already said a lot.
Yeah. Lou? Oh, yeah, sorry, go.
I have a question for Lou. You mentioned this was the most power punches connected against Triple G in his career.
Yeah, I didn't know the punch stats. I wasn't obviously watching. I was sitting in the crowd, but I knew that we outlanded them. I knew. But then when I got over to the desk and I got the punch stats, the most power punches ever landed on Triple G in his career. The most power punches ever landed on Triple G in his career prior to tonight were 202 by Canelo in the rematch. Tonight, Sergey landed 230. Sergey also threw about 150 more power punches than Triple G did. The punch stats were pretty clear, and I just think that it was unfortunate. What really bummed me out about tonight is, that was like a Gatti Ward fight, and Sergey was cut like a stuck pig, the way that Gatti was often. But it was fought at a skill level of like the elite guys in the game, because they were two of the elite guys in the game. Triple G's already cemented his legacy. He's done it many, many times, and he's already going to go down in history. Tonight was Sergey's night. That was his moment. And I just feel gutted for him that I'm not going to call the judge's decisions a robbery. I've seen robberies. This wasn't a robbery. But Sergey was robbed of his defining moment. I've been looking up, I just looked at my Twitter feed for 2 minutes, and a lot of people were aghast that the crowd was booing Triple G. And I put up a tweet because I really mean this. They weren't booing Triple G. Nobody in their right mind would boo Triple G. No fight fan can boo Triple G. Triple G is one of the great fighters in the history of our game, one of the great guys in the history of boxing. And by the way, he fought a great fight tonight, just didn't win. And they were booing what they just thought was an unjust decision. And I'm not going to use the word robbery, but do I think it was a just decision? No, I don't. I never will. I mean, I was scoring the fight as honestly as I could. I wasn't sitting there giving rounds. I didn't think my guy won to him, and I scored at 8-4, on rounds. I mean, I thought that there was the 2-point round, obviously. But I had a 3-point fight. I mean, I didn't go into the ring believing necessarily we were going to get the decision, because the star gets, this happens so often in our sport. But tonight was Sergey Derevyanchenko's night. It was. And he did it not only, Gennady always used that expression, big drama show. This was the biggest drama show of Gennady Golovkin's career in the ring. It was. I mean, he went to hell and back tonight. If he didn't, I said it before, but if his chin wasn't the greatest in boxing, and it is, and by the way, Sergey's is pretty amazing on his own right, but if he didn't have, he would have been knocked out. He got bombs landed on him, bombs. And he did it the whole time, barely able to see. He was cut in the second round. That was a savage cut. Credit to the commission doctors, and credit to the cut man, and the fact that that fight wasn't stopped and fans weren't deprived from seeing such a memorable event. And credit to the zone too, because what a great fight. I mean, we've been saying coming in we knew it was going to be a great fight, but that was a fight that I'm never going to forget. As a promoter, I'm never going to forget that fight. And I'm probably never going to stop feeling gutted by it. I do feel gutted by that fight. I do. Yeah, I do. I thought the kid had the night of his life, under the worst circumstances. I mean, knocked down on a shot to the back of the head in the first round, cut badly, in the second round, and fighting 11 rounds at that kind of skill level with that level of guts and intensity. It was a remarkable performance. And I just thought, pay no justice in boxing. I just sort of thought tonight the right thing would have been for that moment to be acknowledged, and that decision to be Sergey.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you, Lou. I scored the fight 8-4. But, Aaron, what do you think about the championship round concept? Because I had Golovkin winning the last two. And
So you gave him 4 rounds, and you gave him the last 2 rounds.
Yes.
You only gave him 2 of the other 10 rounds.
yes.
Wow. Okay. I disagree. But anyway,
What do you
scoring
think about the
subjective.
concept of championship
Well, the
round?
concept of championship rounds is very important to win them, and he won the championship rounds. Doesn't mean you win the fight if you win the championship rounds. If you've lost, like you said, 8 of the other rounds, but I don't see how you can only give him. If you gave him the last 2 rounds, I don't see how you can only give him 2 rounds in the fight. But again, the knockdown was very important. I thought the doctors and the commission did a great job, and also Sergey's corner, because the cut was horrendous, and I felt that they were going to stop the fight because of the cut, and they didn't. They gave it every chance, and sometimes.
By the way, the cut man's name is Mike Basil.
Yeah.
Remember it because he's great.
Yeah, Mike Basil.
One of the best
Yeah.
cut men in the entire game. And sometimes we look over those kind of
Mike,
situations.
you look.
Sorry.
She's better without Mike.
Mike Basil, right? It was Mike. The cut man tonight was
without
Mike
Mike.
Basil. We have a tendency sometimes to they're unsung heroes in our game. That was a tremendous night by a cut man. What a great job he did in that corner tonight. He deserves a lot of credit. That ring. And in credit to Triple G by both guys. I just didn't think Triple G won. I love him, but he didn't win.
Eddie, I want to say a couple words on the Triple G side. I don't know about the punch stats, Lou. You probably know those better than I do, but when I saw Derevyanchenko's face afterwards, like you said, you got to give Mike Basil a lot of credit for keeping him in that fight. He had the knockdown in the first round. Second round, he opened
2
up
punches
that,
behind the head. That wasn't even a real knockdown. Those
he
were
had
illegal
that.
blows.
He had that cut opened by a punch in the second round. He closed the show very strong in the championship rounds. If anyone knows anything about losing a close fight, it's Triple G. He clearly won that first Canelo fight. A draw at best in the second Canelo fight. You got to give these guys, both Sergey and Triple G, a lot of credit. They fought their hearts out. But if you see what Gennady did to Sergey, not only the eye that was cut, but the other eye was already closing in the locker room. You could see the effect of those power punches on Sergey's face.
But we all know that if you cut somebody, that doesn't mean it was a hard punch. It could be a glancing jab that caused the cut. The bottom line is, I thought Triple G won both Canelo fights, and he's been chasing around Canelo for a trilogy, and he's rebuffed him, so he knows what it feels like. The public knows that Sergey won. Press row, the majority of press row scored it for Sergey. So he should give Sergey a rematch. There's not one person in the building that wouldn't pay to come back and see the rematch. Not one. So, you know,
Jonathan, a few words.
Eddie, I didn't interrupt you.
Well,
I didn't interrupt
I know,
you.
but we otherwise it's going to
So-
go. I mean, you spoke
Go
for
ahead,
half an hour.
go ahead and let him talk. He sounded like he upset, so go and let him talk.
Well, I am upset. You know, when everybody or the majority of the people in the building think that my guy won the fight, it's really frustrating. And if he doesn't fight Canelo next, he should be fighting our guy next. And everybody knows that. They know it. I'm sure they don't want to fight us. I'm sure they do want to avoid us. But I think the public should demand a rematch because I'm not going to say it was a robbery because I don't want to sound sour, even though I am a little sour. But that was a clear-cut victory for Sergey tonight.
Jonathan, your thoughts on the fight? Mike, go on.
I said these exact words when I first sat down at the press conference when we got to New York. Someone sitting on the front row with a Gotti Ward shirt on. And I said, I kept looking at that shirt. I said, that's what this fight is going to be. It's going to be a tooth and nail fight because I'm looking at the style of both guys. And this is the fight that I've been saying the whole time that this type of fight is going to be. And every Gotti Ward fight, every slugfest, should you say, you could flip a coin and try to figure out who won, who lost, who landed this, who landed that. And at the end of the day, it goes down to the eyes of the judges. So that's the bottom line to it. That's the reality. It went down to the judges. The judges thought they saw this, and some people thought they saw that, and my man over here thought he saw something else. So, I mean, you could be mad, attitude, but the judges made the decision, so not too much you can do about it.
Steve, yeah.
Jonathan, thank you. Jonathan, quick question. Regardless of the result, what did you think of Gennadi's performance, though?
I like the fact that he was able to rally. Kept rallying back, but I didn't too much like the overall performance because that's not what we've been working on, pretty much. You know, I like the fact. I like for him to. I like the fact, like I said, I like the fact that he stepped up, opened up, started letting his hands go. But I don't know, me personally, I just don't like to see my guys to get hit like that. I just don't like it.
All right, guys. Thank you for all your support this week, and thank you for witnessing a great.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe here to Fino Boxing by clicking right here and follow us at all our social media platforms. And my personal one is Adriana_sports.